Alright everybody, and welcome back to King's Quest V. In the last video, we explored the area around Serenia. We encountered this weeping willow tree and a young man on a log who was looking for her but couldn't find her. And we found all the shops in the town are either useless or dilapidated. Well, actually, they're useless because we're broke. So, it's been a fruitful adventure so far. Oh yes, we also got killed by a witch in these yonder creepy woods. You know, a good, fun experience for the entire family. Let's move on, shall we? And why do I even ask anymore?
An old grandfather gnome sits contentedly on an old stump and smokes a large pipe while watching his grandson at play.
I see. That's nice. How are you doing?
Excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm terribly sorry to bother you. I was just noticing your son's marionette. It's very interesting. Where did you get it?
It's grandson, not son. And I made it for him. Why do you care?
I don't know, really.
I wanted to comment on its artistry. It's very well done. I don't suppose it could be bought.
If it could, the price would be very steep. I reckon you couldn't afford it. Now, leave me and my grandson be.
Even this gnome knows we're broke. Well, we have an interest in this marionette. For some reason. Moving on with our lives. Ah, this is a nice cozy looking little place.
Just off a rutted dirt road, a country inn overlooks the picturesque rushing river.
I see. There's a barn.
An old, uninteresting barn is located behind the country inn.
It looked interesting to me. You have this haystack here.
A large haystack dominates the area in front of the barn.
Let's play with it.
Carefully, Graham searches through the haystack, but doesn't see anything of importance.
I see. Oh, that's nice. Let's go in.
The side door is locked.
I guess we gotta go in the main door.
Ooh, I'll wait for you out here. I don't like that place.
What did this place ever do to you? Well, you know, I'm sure these guys look really nice and friendly and all that business, but, you know, always save in a Sierra game. It's what you do. This guy's... Is he wearing a hoodie or something, or is he just blue and red?
Graham notices three rough-looking men huddled over the bar in serious conversation. Since they're talking in such low tones, Graham can't quite hear what they're saying.
Maybe he's supposed to be, like, bald, and like he's just wearing a shirt, but then it looks like he has a bare ass, which is hilarious. We have a little dog over here, always cute little doggies
A
everywhere.
flea-bitten old dog lies asleep in the corner.
Let me guess, it won't talk to us either.
Gentlemen, please excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Diana's full, ain't got no more rooms.
Hey, boss, this guy looks like a real troublemaker. What do you want me to
Me?
do with him?
Rub 'em out.
Ow.
Struggle as he might, Graham could not escape his bonds. Don't worry, Graham. The innkeeper will soon put you out of your misery.
That's rather dark, don't you think? Jesus. All a man wanted to do was say hi. Well, I'm not patronizing your inn, that's for sure. Well, let's continue this fruitless adventure. Onward! Oh dear.
Ooh, watch out for the bear, Graham.
Is it a poisonous bear?
The
Hello?
bear is too intent on the honey to listen to Graham.
Why do we have the ability to talk to animals if no animals will actually talk to us? Well, this bear over here is savaging this tree.
A large bear seems to be very interested in the honey inside the old tree.
Could you please stop? I guess we can throw this fish at it. Bears eat fish, right? Sure. How about some fish?
I'm Queen Beatrice, kind sir. I wish to thank you ever so much for saving our hive from the claws of that horrible bear.
I'm regretting it.
In return, I offer you a luscious honeycomb from our hive. Please feel free to retrieve one. I promise my bees won't harm you. It may come in handy on your travels.
Once again, I have no idea how that would be useful, but I guess we'll take it.
Graham reaches a hand into the beehive and retrieves a very sticky chunk of honeycomb. Wrapping it in a protective piece of cloth, he then pockets it.
And honey oozes out of his pants. And we have what looks like a stick.
Graham notices a large stick lying on the ground near the old tree.
We'll take it.
Graham bends down and picks up the large stick from the ground.
There we go. So now we have a coin, a stick, honeycomb, and a wand that doesn't do anything. We're a rather kingly adventure. Normally you get like rope and grapnel and spikes and shit like that to adventure with. This guy.
A bully of a dog terrorizes the poor ants as he playfully digs at their large anthill.
Can we talk about this?
The dog is more interested in the anthill than in Graham.
You know, talking to animals really isn't all it's cracked up to be. Well, you know, gotta do the altruistic thing here. We'll distract the dog and save the ants. So, ants and bees. Pestilence loves us.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm King Antony the Great.
I see.
May I ask who you are?
Why, certainly. I'm King Graham of Daventry, and this is my friend Cedric. We're seeking a way to cross the Great Mountains to the ocean on the other side.
That is a very perilous undertaking. I wish you would reconsider. But if you shall not, in return for rescuing our home from that flea-bitten cur, I wish to offer you our help, if perchance you may ever need it.
Thank you very much, King Antony. Cedric and I appreciate your kind offer. We look forward to meeting you again.
I see. We now have the loyalty of a colony of ants. Well, apparently not.
Ooh, is that a new dance, Graham? The Boogaloo?
Please stop talking. No one likes you, Cedric. So, this is one of those things that I don't know how you're supposed to figure it out other than chance. I'm about to subject you guys to music again. You've been warned. It's coming. It's coming. So, if you remember I think that was earlier in this video, we looked at this haystack here, and we didn't find anything in it. Well, let's examine it a second time.
Graham watches with surprise as a contingent of ants marches into the haystack and begins to swarm through it.
And just so you know, I can't skip this even if I wanted to. Yes, really.
I'm glad to see there was a way that we could be of help to you. Look here. We found a golden needle in the haystack. I'd like to present it to you. Perhaps you can find a use for it.
Why, thank you, King Antony. I'm honored.
Good luck in your travels, King Graham. And be careful.
I see. Well, we now have a golden needle. They literally found a needle in a haystack. And a golden needle at that, you know, make it just that extra little bit difficult, you know. That's how good they are. Well, that was nice. That was an experience that we'll never forget, even after years of therapy. Let's go up here.
Ooh, keep your eye on the gypsies, Graham. I don't trust them.
That's just not very polite of you, Cedric, I gotta say.
A gypsy wagon is encamped here at the edge of the woods. On the side of the wagon, the words "Fortune Teller" have been painted.
I would like my fortune
The
told.
sullen man doesn't appear to be the conversational sort.
Alright, well, let's just go in. Or not.
It will cost you 1 gold coin to see Madamushka.
How about 1 silver coin?
It costs 1 gold coin to see Madam Mushka, not 1 silver coin.
I see. Well, I don't know. This adventuring business is a lot harder than it used to be.
Ooh, there's nothing but a hot, dry desert for the west. Most people avoid it because there are bandits out there.
Oh, they poisonous bandits!
I'm going. I'll wait for you here.
Alright, well, we're gonna go explore this yonder desert here. Now, you might not be aware, but Sierra was kind of fond of mazes in their earlier games. This game has 2 mazes, one of them being the desert. Now, I believe that I have this place memorized well enough to do it without consulting a map, but if we fail, well, then I'll have to consult a map now, won't I? So you can only go so many screens in the desert before you will choke and die of thirst. So...
The hot sun and choking sands are taking their toll on Graham. He must drink, and soon.
Same for me. But I meant booze. So we're going to just continue this way. Seems like a safe bet to me. I think we have 1 more screen before we die, basically. Oh, well, you don't see that every day.
The facade of a magnificent temple has been carved into the rocky cliffs by an unknown ancient civilization.
That's cool. I feel like an actual adventurer now. Maybe we can get inside with our golden needle. And look! Water!
A small pool of water has formed in the space between the 2 rocks.
Let's have some water. It'll keep us from dying, and that's awful important, I gotta say.
Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Ah, good times. Let's go ahead and examine this yonder temple here. It's really weird sounding music.
Looming majestically before him, the massive temple door beckons tantalizingly to Graham.
I see. Well, let's open it.
Open sesame!
Really, Graham?
The temple door won't open. Perhaps there's something missing.
What if I just yell at it?
Open sesame!
Nope. Or what are these?
Carved into the rocky cliffs, an ancient temple towers above Graham as he surveys its ornate columns and friezes.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, we apparently can't get in the temple at this point. So, I don't know, we need to explore this yonder desert a little bit more, I think. Kinda have a look around. There's gotta be some key out there somewhere.
From across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
Oh, well, friendly people are coming to say hello to us. We will greet them. We're a king after all.
A spy! Get him!
Never trust a bad guy, Graham.
Didn't trust him. I just waved at him and he cut my throat. Like an asshole. Okay, well, this is actually a puzzle that I figured out when I was a kid. When I played this game with my father back in the early 90s. I was like a 3-year-old. And I figured this puzzle out. What we need to do is those bandits are going to be coming here, and we need to hide from them.
Across the desert sands, Graham can hear the sound of approaching hoofbeats.
Now, I figured this out just because as a kid, I wanted to stand behind the rocks and see them kill me through the rock, because I thought it would be funny. But this actually is the solution to the puzzle.
Open sesame!
Well, we got that part right, apparently. Alright then, well. We need a staff, apparently. That's the key. Well, let's go exploring this here yonder desert. See if we can't get lost and die horribly. So if I'm not mistaken, we want to go over 1 and just go down. I think. It's been a while, and I'm trying to do this by memory, and you know how memory is. Sometimes it fails you. And fails you at the worst possible time, like when you're stuck in a desert full of pixels. Try not to die. What are you doing, Graham? You're driving me crazy. Oh, we don't have anything yet. Getting a little nervous here. We're gonna start dying any minute here, which is rather. What? You didn't give me a warning message.
Too late.
You didn't
Graham
even give me a warning
collapses and
message.
dies of extreme thirst in the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham?
Because he's dying for a drink. He literally died. Anyway, moving on. Moving on with our lives. Alright, and welcome back. Sorry for that. I was incorrect. As a matter of fact, it is over 2 and down. Not over 1. See, there's your problem right there. Go over 2 and you die. Or over 1 and you die. You go over 2 and you live. That's how these here mazes work. You gotta know your way through them. If you don't, you get lost in the maze. That's the point, I suppose. There we go. A convenient oasis. Let's have ourselves a drink.
Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Excellent. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the next place we need to go is over here. A couple screens. Because there are specific things in here you need to find. See? This is us from a previous life.
Uh-oh. A picked clean and sun-bleached skeleton lies in the sand of the hot, dry desert. What happened? Who can say? But it makes Graham uneasy nevertheless.
And for some reason, there's a boot.
An old shoe lies forgotten near the poor skeleton.
Well, let's take it.
Uneasily, Graham reaches down and removes the old shoe from the desert sand.
We now have an old shoe! Looks like a boot to me, but whatever. Let's not get technical. Alright, so we need to make our way back to the oasis. Otherwise we will die horribly. And that won't help anybody. So why would you ever buy shoes from a store in town when you could just find them on a corpse in the desert? That's how you save money, people. That's how you do it.
Ah, life-giving...
Yeah, it's good. Water's good when you're thirsty. Alright, and I believe we go down and over. Getting nervous. Once again, I was somewhat incorrect. Hopefully we won't die doing this. Okay, so we need to go over only 1, and then down. Don't ask how we ended up in this corner of the map. It's not important. Not important, people.
Overhearing loud music and drunken laughter from within the larger tent, Graham guesses the bandits must be celebrating their latest plunder.
Good for them. You feeling alright over here, buddy? Yeah, you look a little... look terrible.
Phew! Holding his nose against the drunken bandit's pungent odor, Graham quickly searches him, but doesn't find anything of importance.
So there's a few times in real life I've drank a bit much, and I can't imagine doing that in the middle of a desert. That sounds truly dreadful. Anyway.
Ah, life-giving
it's water. Graham slowly ladles out this water into his mouth. You know, if we just knock over their water, we could possibly kill all the bandits. Sorry. Terrible line of thought. Well, let's go ahead and explore yonder tent over here. How are you doing, buddy?
Snoring loudly upon a beautiful carpet lies a sleeping bandit.
Well, that's no good, but he has this staff over here. And we need to take our staff.
Taking care to be very quiet, Graham reaches out and takes the staff into his possession.
Alright, once again, we're in possession of a magical staff. Okay, now what's in this other tent? You know, this just seems like a bad idea to go poking around in here, but you know what, we're gonna do it anyway.
An intruder!
That wasn't a very smart move.
Yeah, I know, but it was kind of funny. Well, I think we've had enough. Time to go back out into the desert. Hopefully not to die. Because it's not fun when you die. Well, I suppose it is a bit of fun when you die, but, you know, we don't want to waste all of our time on the death scenes now. Especially not ones we've seen already. They do get kind of old after a while. I feel I might have made a critical error here in my judgment of where we're at. But if I'm correct, this will be the oasis right up here. Alright.
The hot sun and
Yeah,
choking
you're fine. There's water right here.
Ah, life-giving water. Nectar of the gods. Graham can now feel strength and renewal flowing through him.
Alright, excellent. Well, we have this staff. We can go and steal all the bandits' treasure. Sounds rather fine and dandy to me. Oh ho ho ho. Quit turning around to look at me, Graham. I see what you're doing, sneaking a peek. I don't appreciate it. Keep your eyes to yourself, Graham. Keep right on waddling there, shaking your arms. Do your thing. Alright. So now we can get inside of the temple. Very slowly, Graham. Come on. Pick up the pace. Alright, once again we need to drink, because we don't like being dead. Yeah, life-giving water, it tastes delicious. Yes, we've all had water before. Alright, let's make another save here, just in case. You never know when there's going to be some kind of nefarious trap in a place such as this. Alright, practice your best, open sesame.
Open sesame!
Really, Graham?
Oh no! The staff broke.
How did you manage to break the staff? Alright, look at that gold. Think of all the custard pies.
Oh my, look at all this treasure. Hurry, the exit door is about to close. Cheer up, Graham. At least you can practice your game of tiddlywinks.
This game just likes to tease you, you know. Well, so much for buying limitless custard pies.
Open sesame! Oh no! The staff broke.
Well, as you can see, there are these two things over here that are clearly different from the rest of the temple, so we need to grab them.
Quickly, Graham grabs the old brass bottle.
Old brass bottle.
Bending down, Graham hurriedly picks up the gold coin from the temple floor.
Alright, we now have a gold coin.
Phew, that was close.
Well, those bandits are sure going to be angry that we basically sealed off their temple and they have no way to get to their treasure. We have our two coins now. We have a gold coin and a shitty silver coin. And you know what? I think we're going to call this one a video right here. In the next video, we'll be able to return to town with our newfound wealth. Actually, you know what? There is one more thing I want to do in this video. What's this brass bottle here?
This is an old, tarnished brass bottle.
I see. What's inside of it?
Ah, freedom at last! Now you spend the next 500 years in a bottle.
Graham should know better than to keep things bottled up inside.
Yeah, you know, I really shouldn't have even asked. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, where we will return to town with our newfound wealth. We'll be a true king for like 5 minutes, and then we'll spend all our money and we'll be broke again. And it'll be fun. You know what? I think it'll be fun. See you guys in the next video.